All right, in this video, we're going to look at four more problems from chapter 17. The first one is 17-56, and that is the non-financial quality indicators. Um, this is very much, by the way, this is very much where um, managerial accounting intersects with operations management. You'll see a lot of this same stuff over there when you take that class. ABC Manufacturing is evaluating the desirability of implementing process improvements and is seeking your help in determining whether it should proceed with the proposed investments. One area of focus is how improvements will affect processing time, manufacturing cycle efficiency, estimated activities and associated times for activities under both current process and process improvements are as follows. And number one says determine the manufacturing production lead time in manufacturing production lead time and manufacturing cycle efficiency are the same thing. It may be useful to refer back to Exhibit 14-14. So all we do is we have to add these up. We're given these numbers here in the problem. All we have to do is add them up, but of course we may have to. Some are given in hours and some are given in minutes, so we need to get everything in terms of minutes. So the wait time, and we've got the current and the proposed, and so is 4 hours. 4 hours in minutes will be 240 minutes of wait time, and under the new one would be 60 minutes, 1 hour. Um, the inspection would be 40 minutes, so that's already in minutes. And the new one would be 5 minutes, so that's process improvement, right? Remember that inspection is a non value added activity. The customer does not care that it was inspected, the customer only cares that it works, right? Okay, so moving. This is moving parts from one part of the manufacturing floor to the other, is 80 minutes and 20 minutes. So we've streamlined our process. And then processing will go from 2 hours, 120 minutes to 75 minutes. And so we simply add these all up. This is going to be 480. 120 plus 120 plus 240 is 480. And this one, the proposed, would be 160 minutes on that. So that's part one. Part two says determine the manufacturing cycle efficiency for each decision alternative. So on the current, the processing is 120. The whole cycle time is 480. And so that's just going to be 25%, 0.25. Right. And here we have 75 divided by 160 is going to be 0.47. We round it to two decimal points, 0.468, 0.47 on that. And so then we want to do the percent change, right? So the percent change on that. So this is part three. On that, so we take the 0.47 minus 0.25 and divide that by 0.25. That'll be 0.22 divided by 0.25 equals 88% improvement on that. And then we also want to do, let's see, I thought there was something else here. Oh, B, the ratio of the new manufacturing lead time to the old manufacturing lead time. So that's simply going to be 160 divided by 480. And that will be 33% of the time. So basically 1/3 of the time that we had before, right? Then question number 4 on here says, based only on the figures and requirements 1, 2, and 3, should the company implement the proposed process improvements? Well, absolutely they should, just based on what we see here. And then why would process improvements such as those referenced above likely lead to improved financial results? Well, because lower lead time means that we can, and lower processing time, all that kind of stuff means we can take more orders. It means we'll have better reputation with customers. So there's a number of different things that improve. Obviously, these are, the wait time may not be, but the inspection time, the moving time, and the processing time, those are all costs that we pay for out of pocket. Somebody has to be doing that stuff. And so that means we'll have lower expenses as well on that. And then finally, that is fine. Okay, so that's our first question in this group. Next up is number 1758. Okay. 1758 is manufacturing cycle efficiency. Gray Company is evaluating 2 manufacturing process layout options, each of which has the following characteristics for producing a batch of output. And we've got alternatives 1 and 2. And we've got setup time is, and this is all in minutes, is 50 versus 20. Then we've got movement time is 20 and 28. Then we've got wait time, 6 and 32. You've got inspection time, 10 and 14. And finally, you've got processing time of 80 and 60. Okay, so if we add those all up, this is going to come to 166, and this is going to come to 154 on that one. Okay. Determine the manufacturing cycle efficiency for each layout on that. So the manufacturing cycle efficiency is going to be 80 divided by 166. The 80 divided by 166 is 0.48. And here we've got 60 divided by 154. and that would be 0.39 on that. So alternative 2 has a slightly lower manufacturing cycle efficiency. And then part 3 says, which of the two systems do you recommend? So on this one, the processing time per batch is what I'm looking at. Obviously, the lower total cycle time, 154 versus 166, but the processing time of 60 minus versus 80. I'm going to go with alternative 2 on that, even though it has the lower manufacturing cycle efficiency. Okay, the next one up is a Pareto diagram, and there's actually a mistake in this problem. A small mistake, but I'll point it out here. So 17-59, and please forgive my drawing. I don't even draw stick figures well. So the following causes for absenteeism for a fellow student of the year just completed: personal illness, 12 occurrences; child illness, 26 occurrences; car broke down, 8; personal emergency, 32; overslept, 9; and unexpected visitor, 11. All right, and this one, it asks us to construct a Pareto diagram in conjunction with the framework presented in exhibit. And your book says exhibit 13.3, but it's actually, or 17.3, but it's actually 17.13 is the what a Pareto diagram looks like. So we've got our two axes here. And what you do on a Pareto diagram is you go from the highest frequency, so that's going to be 32 for the personal emergency, and then you have a 26, which was the child illness. The next one down is a 12, and then you have an 11 right next to it, followed by a 9 and an 8. Okay, so that's what the Pareto diagram looks like. And then you have a cumulative. So it goes here, and what happens is each node, it becomes slightly less steep, less steep, less steep, and less steep. So that's what your drawing is going, your Pareto drawing is going to look like on that. And that's all there was to that one. And finally, the last one that I have for you is this value stream income statement. And this is 17-64. Marshall Company is a large manufacturer of office furniture. The company has recently adopted lean accounting and has identified two value streams: office chairs and office tables. Total sales in the most recent period for the two streams are $245, $245, and $310 million, respectively. And then we see the costs, operating costs. We have materials, labor, equipment related costs, and occupancy costs. In addition to traceable operating costs, the company had manufacturing costs of $116.750 million and selling administrative costs of $25 million that could not be traced to either value stream. Due to the implementation of lean methods, the firm has been able to reduce inventory in both value streams significantly. Marshall has calculated the fixed cost of prior period inventory that is included in the current income statement to be 5.5 million for the office chair and 22.5 for the office table. And it asks us to prepare using Exhibit 17.17 as a guide, the value stream income statement for Marshall Company. So we've got what we're going to do here is we're going to have office chairs. We're going to have office tables. And then we'll have a total column on that. And so then we just do these. So we have sales for each of those. And we are told that the sales for the office chairs was 245 million. I'll leave this in thousands since we have some decimal points here. And then it was 310 million. And so our total will be 555 million. On that. So then we get into our operating costs. So our direct materials, we had 16,500 for the chairs, 14,500 for the tables, and that'll be 31. Total. Then our labor. And actually, if we were doing it like your example, we wouldn't have that. We wouldn't put this intermediate. We'd just put the total down here. But I'm going to put it in the intermediate anyway. Labor is 123, 96, 500. That'll be 500. 9, 1, 219, 500 for the labor. The equipment related costs. We're told is 44,500 here. Is 62,800 here. So that's 107,300 on that one. And finally, the occupancy costs. Is going to be 11,350 plus 12,600 is 23,950. Add those all up, and we get 195,350 for that. We get 186,400, and our total is 381,750. Okay. So this is our value stream before. Before the inventory change. And so that's going to be 49,650, 123, 600, 173, 250 on that. Now we have the cost decrease in inventory. We've got 5,500 there, 22,500. Add those together, that's a total of 28,000. And that's going to give us our value stream profit. It's going to be 44,150, 101, 100 for a total of 145,250. Then we've got our non-traceable costs. Was 116,750 and the selling administrative of 25. Add those together, that's 141,750. Subtract 141,750. Get it down here. 141,750 here from the 145,250 there. We get 3,500 as our answer. All right, so that concludes the problems from chapter 17.